Katsuki wakes up in the morning, the sound of his phone beeping. It's his calendar reminding him something special today. Katsuki smiles and he jumps out of bed. He's so excited to celebrate this special day with his husband. He can't believe that Jake, turning 31 today. Katsuki walks into the living room, and he starts thinking about what he should do for Jake's birthday. He wants it to be special, but he doesn't know what to get him. He thinks about the things he likes and he tries to come up with some ideas. Katsuki smiles and he picks up Alexander. Good morning, buddy. Did you sleep well? I have something important to tell you. Katsuki sighs and he looks at him seriously. I know you're going to be very excited about this, but I need you to promise me something. Katsuki kneels down so that he can be at eye level with Alexander. He takes his hands, and he looks at him. Your daddy's birthday is today, and I want you to keep it a secret. We're going to surprise him. Can you do that? Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Good. You're such a good boy. I'm so glad you'll keep it a secret. And I can't tell you exactly what we're doing, but I promise it will be a surprise for him. Do you want to help me set it up? Katsuki smiles, and he stands up. He picks up Alexander, and he carries him into the kitchen. Okay, we have to be very quiet. I don't want him to hear us. Let's start with the breakfast. I'm going to make him his favorite, pancakes, and then we'll do the decorations. Sound good? Katsuki laughs, and he nods his head. Okay, I'll make sure to make them just how he likes them. Now let's get started on the decorations. We need to put up balloons, streamers, and a banner. You can help me with that. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Perfect, that's a great idea. Let's go get them out and get started. He carries Alexander into the garage and he finds the box with the decorations. Katsuki looks at the motorcycle and he smiles. It's been a while since he's ridden it. He's happy to see it again. That's right. I forgot that we got this for my birthday. I haven't ridden it in a while, but I should probably take it out again. It's a nice day out. Maybe we could go for a ride later? Katsuki nods his head, and he smiles at Alexander. He's so excited to set up the party for his husband. Yes, let's do that. We have a lot of decorations to put up, and then we'll start making the cake. I think you'll be surprised. Katsuki is so focused on getting everything ready. He's making sure everything is perfect. He's excited for his husband to see what he's done. Finally, everything is set up, and he looks at Alexander. Okay, we're ready. He should be waking up soon. Are you excited? Katsuki nods his head, and he walks into the bedroom. Jake is just waking up, so he's still a little bit sleepy. Katsuki smiles, and he sits down on the bed next to him. Good morning, my love. How did you sleep? Katsuki smiles, and he kisses him on the forehead. That's good. Are you ready for the day? I have a special surprise for you. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Yeah, I do. Just close your eyes and I'll show you. Katsuki takes his hand and he leads him out of the bedroom. They walk into the living room and Katsuki whispers in his ear. Katsuki laughs and he smiles. Yes, we did it for you. We wanted to surprise you on your birthday. We've been planning this for a while now. I hope you like it. Katsuki wraps his arms around him and he kisses him on the forehead. You're welcome. I'm so glad you like it. I wanted to do something special for you. And I know how much you love pancakes, so I made you some with chocolate chips and syrup. I hope you enjoy them. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. I know they are. I made sure to make them just how you like them. Now come and eat before they get cold. Katsuki smiles, and he sits down next to him. He's so happy that Jake is enjoying the pancakes. I'm glad you like them. I put a lot of work into making them just right, and I have a surprise for you after breakfast. Katsuki nods his head, and he smiles. Yes, really. Just wait until you see what it is. I'm sure you're going to love it. Katsuki looks over at Alexander and he can tell that he's just as excited as he is. He smiles at him and he whispers to him, Are you ready for the next part of the surprise? Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. He looks back at Jake and he clears his throat. So, the next part of your surprise is that I have something to give you, but you have to close your eyes and promise not to peek. Katsuki smiles, and he reaches under the table. He pulls out a small box, and he hands it to him. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. Open it and you'll find out. Inside the box is a necklace. It's made of silver and it has a small pendant with 2 diamonds in it. Katsuki looks at him and he's waiting for his reaction. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. I did. It's a birthday present. I know how much you like jewelry, and I thought you would like this. Do you like it? Katsuki smiles, and he looks at him with affection. I'm glad you like it. I wanted to get you something special to show my appreciation for everything you do for me. You're the best husband ever, and I love you. Katsuki smiles and he watches him put on the necklace. He's so happy to see him wearing it. You look amazing. It really suits you. Katsuki nods his head, and he leans in and kisses him on the cheek. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that you like it, and I'm not done yet. I have one more thing for you. Katsuki laughs, and he smiles. Close your eyes again. Katsuki leads him inside the garage, and he stops in front of something covered in a tarp. He turns to look at Jake. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Yep, that's my motorcycle, and I haven't ridden it in a while, so I thought we could go for a ride together today. What do you think? Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. You're right. We can't bring him. But I thought maybe we could ask Momo if she can watch him. She's really good with him, and I think she'll be happy to do it. Katsuki laughs and he smiles. Yeah, I think so too. But Momo really cares about him too. And I think she would do a great job. And besides, it's only for a few hours. I'm sure he'll be fine. Katsuki nods his head and he smiles. Okay, I'll call her now. Just take your time and relax, okay? Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Yeah, she's going to come over and watch you for a few hours while we go out on the motorcycle. She's a great babysitter, right? Katsuki laughs, and he smiles at him. All right, calm down now. Momo will be here soon, and I'm sure you two will have a lot of fun. Katsuki is standing in the living room, waiting for Jake. He sees him walking out of the bedroom and he's blown away by how handsome he looks. His eyes are wide and he can't help but stare. Wow, Jake. Katsuki laughs, and he shakes his head. Wow, I can't believe it. I didn't know you had a motorcycle outfit. You look really cool. And so do you, Alexander. I'm glad you like it. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Oh yeah, I do remember. And you're right. I should probably put it on. Just give me a minute. Katsuki smiles and he goes into the bedroom to get changed. He comes back out a few minutes later wearing his motorcycle outfit. He looks exactly like he did when they used to ride the motorcycle together. Katsuki blushes and he laughs. Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. Katsuki smiles and he raises an eyebrow. Oh yeah, what does it remind you of? Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he looks at him in surprise. You got me a new hero suit? Are you serious? Katsuki smiles, and he shakes his head in disbelief. That's so sweet of you. I can't wait to see it. And I'm sure it's going to look great. I'm just surprised that you remembered my favorite colors. Katsuki nods his head. Yes, that's right. I'm so impressed that you remembered. Katsuki laughs and he shakes his head. You sneaky guy. I didn't know you did that. But I'm sure it's going to look amazing. How long do I have to wait until it gets here? Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Well, I guess I'll just have to wait patiently. And when it gets here, we'll go out on a patrol together. It'll be fun. Katsuki nods his head, and he smiles. That's right. I'm sure she'll be here soon. Are you excited to go out on the motorcycle? Katsuki laughs, and he nods his head. Definitely. I can't wait to feel the wind in my hair and just enjoy the ride. I hope you're ready because it's going to be a wild one. Katsuki laughs, and he nods his head. Definitely. I can't wait to feel the wind in my hair and just enjoy the ride. I hope you're ready because it's going to be a wild one. Katsuki looks up at the door and he smiles. That's probably Momo. I'll go let her in. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. Yeah, we're getting ready to go on a motorcycle ride. But I'm sure you'll take good care of Alexander while we're gone. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. Okay, thank you. We'll try to be back before bedtime. But just in case we're not, don't worry about it. We trust you. Katsuki nods his head and he goes into the garage to get the motorcycle. He starts it up and he pulls it out to the driveway. Jake comes outside a few minutes later with something in his hands. Katsuki laughs and he raises an eyebrow. Oh, I see you're being secretive, but I'll let it slide. Now let's go. Katsuki smiles, and he revs the engine. The bike roars to life, and he pulls out of the driveway. He takes off down the street, speeding up as they go. Jake's arms are wrapped around his waist, and he can feel his heartbeat. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. It really is. The sunset is one of my favorite things to watch. It's so peaceful and calming, but I can't help but feel like we're the only ones here. It's just us and the road. Katsuki laughs and he nods his head. You got it. Hang on tight. He turns the bike and accelerates, going faster and faster. The wind is rushing past them and the landscape is flying by. It's like they're in a whole other world. Katsuki smiles and he looks over at Jake. He's enjoying this ride just as much as he is. The wind in their hair and the sun setting in front of them is the perfect way to spend the evening. Katsuki pulls the bike to a stop and he turns off the engine. The beach is deserted and the sun is setting in the distance. The waves are crashing against the shore and the air is cool and refreshing. Katsuki smiles and he takes Jake's hand. He leads him down to the sand and they sit down together, watching the sun set. The sky is turning a beautiful shade of pink and purple. It's the most romantic sight. Katsuki looks over at him, and he smiles. Oh? What is it? Katsuki's eyes go wide and he looks at the box. Wait, you got us something? What is it? Katsuki nods his head. Yes, I am. But I can't help but feel like there's a reason behind it. Katsuki smiles and he reaches over to take Jake's hand. He looks at him and he's filled with so many emotions. He's overwhelmed with how sweet and thoughtful Jake is. Oh, Jake, you're so amazing. I don't know what to say. I love you so much, and I'm so happy that we get to spend our lives together. These rings are perfect. Thank you. Katsuki's eyes go even wider and his heart starts beating faster. Is that a key? Katsuki's heart skips a beat and he's speechless. He looks at Jake with a smile and he asks him, where does it go? Katsuki's eyes go even wider and he's stunned. He can't believe what he's hearing. Jake, are you serious? You bought me my own agency? You didn't have to do that. Katsuki smiles, and he pulls Jake into a hug. I don't know what to say. You've done so much for me, and I'm so grateful. I can't wait to see it, and thank you for everything you've done for me. You're the best husband I could ask for. Katsuki laughs, and he smiles. He thinks for a moment, and he has an idea. I know. I'll name it Bakugo Agency. That way it will always be mine and yours. And that way I can have my own hero team. It's perfect. Katsuki smiles and he nods his head. You're right. I always wanted to be the boss of my own agency. And now I get to do that. But you're going to have to help me with it, okay? I can't. Katsuki's eyes light up and he smiles. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. I can't wait to start recruiting new heroes and training them. I've always wanted to do that. And having my own agency is going to be so much fun. Katsuki's eyes go wide and he nods his head. Oh wow, that's amazing. I can't wait to see them. And I'll make sure to pick out the best ones for our team. We're going to be so powerful, and we'll have the most amazing agency in the whole world. Katsuki laughs, and he smiles at him. You really thought of everything, didn't you? I can't believe how much you did for me. I feel so spoiled right now, but I love it. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Of course we are. This is the most beautiful moment, and it's perfect because we're together. Katsuki looks over, and he laughs. Wow, you're right. Look at them. They're so cute. It's so heartwarming to see them starting their journey in life. Katsuki laughs and he shakes his head. It's so amazing how many of them there are. It's like a whole army of turtles going into the ocean for the first time. I've never seen anything like it. Katsuki laughs and he smiles. You know, I never realized how cute turtles could be. But now I think they're the most adorable thing in the world, especially when they're this tiny. They sit there in silence, just watching and taking in the beauty of the sunset and the ocean. The sky is a deep red and orange, and the waves are crashing against the shore. It's a peaceful moment, and they're both just enjoying each other's company. Katsuki nods his head, and he smiles. You're right. We should probably get going, but I'm so glad we came out here. This was a perfect way to celebrate your birthday. Katsuki laughs and he stands up. All right, let's go. I can't wait to get home and cuddle with you. Katsuki smiles, and he nods his head. Sure, I'd love that. You know how to drive a motorcycle, right? Katsuki laughs, and he raises an eyebrow. Oh yeah? Like what? Katsuki laughs and he sits down behind him. He wraps his arms around his waist and he smiles. Okay, I trust you. Let's go. Katsuki laughs and he holds on tightly. The wind in his hair and the sound of the motorcycle's engine is so exciting. He's having the time of his life, and he can't believe how lucky he is to be spending the evening with Jake. Katsuki smiles, and he hugs Jake, feeling so happy for him. He's so loved, and he deserves all of this. He watches as everyone is celebrating, and he's just so proud of him. You deserve this, Jake. You're so amazing, and everyone loves you so much. I'm so happy that you're so happy right now. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at him. It's okay. Relax. Just enjoy the moment. You're surrounded by the people who love you and who care about you. You have nothing to worry about. Katsuki laughs, and he walks over to the cake with Jake. They all gather around, and they all start singing Happy Birthday. Jake is smiling, and he's so excited for this moment. Katsuki looks at him with concern, and he asks him, "Who is she? Do you know her?" Katsuki's face turns pale and he's speechless. He can't believe what he's hearing. Oh my god, that's insane. How could she do something like that? And how did you take the picture? Did you sneak up on her or something? Katsuki is so amazed by how smart and sneaky he was. He's never heard a story like this before. That's so clever. You caught her in the act, and then everyone was able to see the truth. That's so messed up, though. She's trying to ruin your life and your reputation. It's not fair at all. Katsuki nods his head, and he's worried. You're right. We need to get her out of here. I can't believe she would come here after all that. But why is she here? Do you think she wants to try again? Katsuki looks at her, and he's so angry. He's so angry that she's here and that she's trying to ruin Jake's life. He steps forward and he glares at her. Get away from him. You have no right to be here. You're crazy and you're obsessed with him. Leave him alone. Katsuki gets even angrier, and he raises his voice. I can do whatever it takes to protect him, and you're not going to hurt him anymore. I won't let you. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he's stunned. He's never seen a gun before, and he's so scared. He steps in front of Jake, and he puts his hands up. Don't shoot. We can talk about this. You don't have to do this. Katsuki's heart is pounding and he's shaking. He knows he can't take on a gun, but he's not going to let her hurt Jake. He looks at her and he says, You can't do this. There's no reason for you to kill anyone. You don't have to go down this path. Katsuki looks at her and he's horrified. She's so obsessed with Jake, and she's so willing to do anything to hurt him. He can't believe this is happening. Megan, please don't do this. We can talk about this. We can find a solution that doesn't involve violence. Please, just put the gun down. Katsuki steps in front of Jake, and he puts his hands up. Please don't do this. I'm begging you. Just put the gun down and we'll do whatever you want. Just don't hurt him. He doesn't deserve this. Katsuki is terrified, but he knows that he can't let her get to Jake. He turns to him and he whispers, Are you sure? Because if you want me to stay, I will. Katsuki hesitates, and he's not sure if he should leave him alone. But then he realizes that he can't argue with him, so he nods his head and he whispers, Okay, I trust you. I'll go hide in the bathroom, but please be careful, okay? Katsuki's heart is racing, and he's so relieved that he's safe. He hears the gunshot, and he's so worried that Jake might be hurt. He opens the door, and he looks around for him. He sees him on top of Megan, and he's shocked. Katsuki sighs, and he walks over to them. I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. But I can't believe she tried to kill you. She's so obsessed with you. Katsuki looks at his hand, and his eyes go wide. Jake, are you okay? What happened? Katsuki is speechless, and he looks at him with awe. You grabbed the bullet out of the air? You're crazy. How'd you even do that? Katsuki is just amazed, and he can't believe what he's hearing. So you're telling me you're so fast that you can literally catch bullets? That's insane. You're incredible. Katsuki walks over, and he takes Jake's hand, and he looks at the bullet. Can I see this? I'm just so surprised. That's amazing. You're amazing. Katsuki takes the bullet carefully, and he looks at it closely. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this before. And you caught it with your bare hands? That's incredible. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he stares at it. Your healing quirk is amazing. You can heal yourself so quickly and easily. How did you get that ability? Katsuki looks at him curiously. What do you mean? Who gave it to you? Katsuki's eyes go wide and he remembers. You mean the ones who trained you? They gave you your speed quirk? Katsuki's eyes go wide and he's so shocked. You're telling me that you got this speed quirk by getting a blood transfusion from another person? I had no idea that was even possible. And it hurt? How bad was it? Katsuki looks at him with sympathy. I can't imagine how much pain that must have been. I'm so sorry that you went through that, but at least you got the speed quirk. That's something that you'll always have now. Katsuki is watching him, and he's impressed by how strong he is. You're so strong. I can't believe you can carry her like that. She's not going anywhere now. Katsuki blushes and he laughs. Oh really? You think you could pick me up like that? Katsuki laughs, and he lays down on the ground. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way you can pick me up like that. Katsuki is stunned, and he can't believe what he's seeing. He feels like a baby being carried by his mother. Holy crap! You really are strong! You're lifting me with just one hand? How is this possible? Katsuki's face is still red, and he's blushing a lot. He can feel Jake's body heat, and it's making him feel so warm. Yeah, I do like this. You're really strong and you're holding me so tightly. It's like I'm being held by a giant bear. Katsuki's heart is pounding and he's blushing so much. He looks up at Jake and he smiles. Thank you. That was really sweet. I can't believe you're so strong. How did you get this strong? Katsuki smiles, and he wraps his arms around Jake's neck. I love it too. You're so strong and protective. I feel so safe in your arms. It's like nothing can hurt me when I'm with you. Katsuki laughs and he kisses him on the cheek. You're so humble. You're a hero, and you don't even realize it. You're not just a doctor and dentist. You're so much more than that. You're a fighter and a protector. I'm so lucky to have you. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. I'm glad that you met me. I think you're perfect the way you are. And you're so much more than just a doctor or a dentist. You're so strong and brave, and you're always there for me when I need you. You're my hero. Katsuki smiles, and he hugs him tightly. I feel the same way. I'm so happy that we're together and that we have our family. We have the best life, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Katsuki smiles at him, and he nods. Don't worry, buddy. We're just dealing with an unexpected situation right now. But everything is going to be okay. I promise. Katsuki smiles, and he turns back to Jake. He's so cute. I can't believe how big he's gotten. And he still calls you mommy. Katsuki laughs. He's a bit of a mommy's boy, isn't he? He's so attached to you. But it's sweet that you don't mind. You're such a good mom. Katsuki smiles and he nods. You're right. We're both amazing parents, and I think it's pretty cute that Alexander is so attached to you. He really loves his mommy. Katsuki stares at her, and he shakes his head. I can't believe how crazy she is. She was willing to do anything to ruin our lives. She's so obsessed with you. It's scary. Katsuki laughs. She really was obsessed with you. I can't believe she would do something so crazy just because she couldn't be with you. She's obviously very unstable, but now she's going to be in jail, and she won't be able to hurt us anymore. Katsuki is a bit shocked by his comment. I know you're joking, but that's a pretty extreme response. You're not like that, right? Katsuki smiles and he looks at him with admiration. I'm glad you wouldn't do that. But you're right. I would do the same. I'd do anything for you and our son. You're my whole world, and I can't imagine living without you. Katsuki watches as they drive away, and he sighs in relief. Good riddance. She won't be bothering us anymore, and she won't be able to get away with what she did. She's going to be behind bars where she belongs. Katsuki laughs and he nods. She deserves it. She's so obsessed with you that she would do anything to get you back. She's a sick person, and she needs to be in there for a long time. Katsuki looks at him with concern. Do you want me to carry you inside? Or are you okay to walk? He looks up the details about the quirk, and he finds out that it's an incredibly powerful ability. It can be used for both offense and defense, and it allows the user to move at an incredibly fast speed. The quirk is also known for giving the user superhuman reflexes and reaction time. It's an incredible power, but it can also be extremely draining on the body and can cause serious fatigue if overused. Katsuki continues to read the information, and he's surprised by how much the speed quirk can do. He can see why Jake has been feeling so exhausted after using it. It's definitely an intense ability, and it can take a lot out of the user. He's also surprised by how versatile the quirk is. It can be used for both offense and defense, and it can increase the user's agility, reflexes, and strength. He's starting to realize just how powerful Jake really is. Katsuki is starting to get a little bit turned on by all the information he's reading. He's impressed by the benefits of the speed quirk, and he's starting to see why Jake is so attractive. He can't help but wonder what it would be like to have the same power as him. Katsuki is amazed by the fact that Jake has so many powerful quirks. He can't believe how lucky he is to have him. He can't help but feel a bit insecure about himself, knowing that Jake is so much more powerful than him. He tries to push those thoughts away, and he focuses on the positive. Jake is his husband, and the father of his child. They're both strong in their own ways, and they complete each other. Katsuki looks down at him, he smiles. Hey, you're finally awake. How are you feeling? Katsuki nods, and he squeezes his hand. I'm fine. I was just reading about your speed quirk. I had no idea it was so powerful. Katsuki smiles, and he leans back. I learned that it's a really versatile quirk. It can do so much, and it's really impressive. I'm starting to understand just how much of a badass you are. Katsuki laughs too, and he looks at him curiously. Maybe what? What else are you hiding? Katsuki smiles and he leans in closer to him. Like what? I want to know everything about you. I'm your husband, so I want to know all your secrets. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he looks at him in awe. You did all that? I'm impressed. It's amazing how much you can do, and you're so talented at everything. I didn't know you could play so many instruments. And that karate is pretty badass. Katsuki laughs. I know that. But all of that other stuff you just told me about is impressive too. I didn't know you were so talented. You're really a jack of all trades. And you're so good at everything. I'm just so lucky to have you. Katsuki looks at him with surprise. You were a streamer and YouTuber? What did you stream about? Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Yeah, I guess so. But it's still surprising to hear that you did all of that. And I bet those videos are hilarious. I'm going to have to find some of them and watch them. Katsuki laughs and he leans in close to him. You Katsuki laughs and he leans in close to him. You can't just say something like that and not tell me. I'm curious now. I have to know. Katsuki's eyes go wide and he laughs. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Jake the Snake? How did you come up with that? Katsuki starts to blush and he laughs. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Katsuki laughs and he pulls him close to him. Oh, trust me, I'm very lucky, and I'm not sharing you with anyone. They both fall asleep in each other's arms, feeling safe and protected in each other's embrace. They slept through the night, waking up the next morning feeling refreshed and relaxed. They had a wonderful night together, and they're looking forward to spending the day with Alexander and having another fun-filled day. Thank you for reading. I hope you enjoyed the chapter and stay tuned for more. Thank you for reading. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I would really appreciate if you could leave a review on the site. It really helps out and gives me motivation to continue writing. It's been a pleasure writing this story, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll be back with more soon. Until then, take care and have a wonderful day. Love, Katsuki.
Talkie, Dream AI, Wonder Kingdom.